Oh, hi, how can I help you?
Hi there, I'm new to metal detecting and I'd like to buy my first detector today. What do you have in the $300 region?
We'd like it to be waterproof, with an adjustable stem and lightweight too.
Absolutely, and I also need great depth as well. I'd like wireless audio, USB rechargeable, and it would be great if it had software updates.
I've been detecting for 30 years, and there's no way you can get all of that for that price.
And that is where this gentleman is wrong, because there is one option. Only one though. The Nocta Macro Simplex.
And the Simplex becomes the best-selling product worldwide, setting a new bar in terms of price-performance ratio. Simplex has advanced in many ways: hardware, software, design, and ergonomics. Yet one thing has stayed the same: worldwide proven performance and success, backed up by a company that cares. Nocta Simplex New Generation. For every budget.
It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detective Show. Hello.
Hello, dear. Are you all right, Bubbles? Good
I'm
evening,
all right,
everyone. Yep, getting there. So,
Should we say hello to people?
Yeah, let's say hello to people.
Go on, let you start. You do 5, then I'll do 5.
I'll say hello to Philip Wills because he said hello, Adrian, and I will also Steve Cord. Hi, Steve. Hope you're getting on with your leg end okay. Bit of a learning curve from the Vanquish, but I'm sure you'll get there. Probably sold it on eBay, but no. that guy, Ian Golby. Hi, Ian. Hope you're okay. And how many have I done?
3.
Graham Dumpsey. Hope he's all right. And Afa and Finza.
My mate Arthur. Not a real name. Stephen Brame, Charlie Dreamer. Not Dreamer. Dreamer's cool. I like Dreamer. Rob Random. He's very random. Dave Evans. Gareth Howard. Steve Dunn, Suffolk Searcher. Andy Kerridge, Carl Swain. Derek Gibbon. Nigel Bullen. And many. Oh, there's that Norfolk Button Boy. Shall we start with Norfolk Button Boy while he's there?
Oh, yeah, he found...
little find. Little thing. Nothing of consequence.
I don't
So,
Button Boy.
That lovely Jason Jones been in the news the past couple of days, hasn't he, Adrian?
Yes, he certainly has.
Having found this beautiful little Viking bronze die. Look at that. Take no notice of what the figure's bandied about with because it's all media trappery.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to do my best at pronunciation of Viking mythology now. These believe the carvings depict creatures from Viking mythology. The world tree, Yggdrasil, with the monstrous serpent Nidhogg. There you go. And it was used. So I think I'm right in saying, there he is, with Ella and Lisa. It was pushed into part of the helmet to make the markings on it. I think I'm right in saying.
Oh, the
Isn't it?
person buried. Yeah. Very nice. Jason, you don't have to answer this, but is it the farmer's decision to sell it? But if you don't answer, I understand.
Oh, beautiful.
But,
Well done, Jason. Again, doing what you do best and adding to history because you've knocking it out of the park with that one.
On my news feed on my phone today, it came up. The Independent got it in there as an article, but they didn't actually have a picture of the find. They just had a picture of Jason, his daughter, and his wife. But really nice. Oh, there's Mr. Fodder in the chat. He phoned me up today. Had a damaged shoelace. Phoned me up, asked what to do, and I helped him out. And a loose Blakey on his shoes as well.
What?
Blakey. He had a loose Blakey.
What's a Blakey?
What? Please, someone in the chat tell Dave what a Blakey is. What year were you born? 74?
1974.
Yeah.
I think most of the... I wasn't in the person to buy the other half, mate.
I wasn't in the person to buy the other half, mate. I wasn't...
Position. I wasn't in the position to buy the other half.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I found a nice ring, which we've spoken about a lot on the show, and that went to auction. Was that last week, Dave?
Blakey from On the Buses? Yes, that's what I thought, Steve.
No, Blakey. Google it. Shoe Blakey. And I wanted to keep it, Jason, based on the value that I thought it was worth and speaking to a few people. But sadly, it was quite a bit of money. But
are they called Blakeys? Protectors from the front of the shoe or the back of the shoe?
And the back. Skinheads and mods used to wear them in the 80s.
And,
so
tap dancers.
Yeah. But anyway, Jason, I wanted to buy it, but it was quite a bit of money. And the farmer said, no, I want to put it to auction. I went, all right then. But it trebled the amount that I was going to pay him. So I would have felt bad if it all got a bit pear-shaped. So, but things go in for a lot of money.
Calling them segs, and I thought segs were them odd bits of skin on your hand there.
That's a regionalist term, I think, Philip.
What do you call them on your hand there when you get odd bits of skin there?
Hard bits of skin?
We call them segs.
Yeah. Someone's just tuned in and they're talking about Blakeys and bits on your hand.
Calluses.
Calluses. Yes. That's what I call, yes.
No, you don't. You just said they were hard bits of skin.
Well, I don't. The wife does. The wife does. Callus, yes. Yeah, I love this chat. So we've had everything from Blakey's to Callus's. It's warm, isn't it? Isn't it warm? I'm hot.
It is
hot.
warm. Do you know, we're going to speak about it throughout the week, throughout the show. Me and Shane and quite a few other viewers were up at the Ministry of Detect weekend at T-Bay this weekend, and boy, was it hot. But it came over all nice because Saturday and Sunday it was just overcast and it was perfect conditions.
Yeah.
And then when that went away in the evening, it was back to blisteringly hot when you were sat chilling out anyway.
It looked a very nice event. Not too big, not too small. It looked a nice size, Dave.
It was, and I learned a hell of a lot. Again, a few videos that we did with Mr. Graham Dempsey from Composite Cleaning Pencil. We were making musket balls, which was nice.
You were making balls with Graham?
Yes. Mrs. Graham was there. She made an appearance. She made the debut at any detecting event.
She?
Tash, yeah. She made the debut.
She's a woman. Yep.
She's lovely, Tash. Hated it. Absolutely hated it.
Didn't know what his status was, Graham. You know, not first impressions or anything, but yeah, I just didn't know.
I said to her, "You're not enjoying this, are you?" Went, "No." I said, "You hate it, don't you?" "Yeah." "You're not going to come ever again, are you?" "No."
Yeah, I think that's why my wife stays at home. Look, good weekend, Dave. He saw your balls. Steve called.
Boo.
Well done, Steve. That's a point to Steve. Yeah, it looked like you. I went out Sunday. Very hard ground, like you probably had up there, but down south it was ridiculous. And I took the boy out, James, come with me, and we thought we'd only have a little bit of what's it called, game cover that was growing little sweet corn, or corn. And we went on there, and then we found another field where he'd cut the wheat. I don't know why, because it wasn't ready. And then James found another bit, but it was a bit embarrassing because with me ribs, I couldn't really dig. So every time I got a really good signal, I had to get James over to help me dig a hole, which looked really weird. But we gave up in the end because it was so hot and the ground so hard. But hopefully, we've had a bit of rain this week. I'll get out this weekend, but James won't because he's going to hospital tomorrow for operation.
The rest of it, though.
It's not. He's going through sinuses. But yeah,
what you call sinuses are down there, we don't call sinuses up here.
Yeah, but I did message him and asked if he's written a will because he's got CTX, Deus, he's got the Root Sort 71, he's got a few other machines, and his girlfriend doesn't. So I need to make sure he's, if anything does happen to him, I can clear him out for him.
Just do it anyway. Just write a note and sign it to say James done this is his last will and testament.
Yes, I should do that, actually. I should just do that. If you're watching, James, I think you are. Of course, someone's cooking something in my house and it smells nice.
Do you know what mesmerised me about them lead balls? Every bit of lead we ever dig up is the white texture in it.
Which is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Get it on your hands.
It's mental that when a new one's made, it's a shiny, it's obvious, but it just doesn't occur to you until you see it. It's a lovely, shiny metal ball.
Yeah, I remember getting fishing weights as a kid. It's something nice about shiny lead. So what's Graham doing with these balls? Selling them?
No, he's got
it's not a present for his wife, is it? At Christmas?
Well, it might be. A pair of musket earring balls.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, Graham. In fact, it's a 3-part video. We'll show the first one, shall we? Where is it? Because I've got a number of videos in the weekend. Let's show this one. Right, everybody. Graham Dempsey from the Composite Cleaning Pencil. Tash behind him. Wave, Tash. You're on big detecting show now. So, and there's Si. I've just told Si off because he's being ignorant and wasn't talking to Daddy. Anyway, so what Graham is doing, we are going to make some musket balls. So I've got my normal Camping Master stove and Graham has got a, what are they called?
It's a crucible.
A crucible, and we're not talking about a snooker place, which has got the lead in. So Bernie, cookie, lad. How long does that normally take to...
How long you can go, Dave?
So we might be here for a while.
Could be here for a while.
So, that's the Crucible doing the bubbly lad. And in his other hand, Graham has got a pair of...
18th century musket ball mould.
Let me just go backwards a bit. 18th century musket ball mould. So, what is the process then for this now? So when that bubbles, melts.
Yeah, we'll clear off the slag.
Slag.
And then what we'll do then is we'll pour some into the hole, close it up, keep it tight, pour it in to the level, and then we'll just open it, give it a tap, and do a musket ball.
Mint. I'll tell you what, I'll let it melt and we'll come back in a minute. Yeah, it took forever to melt because, I forgot to change my gas.
Well, it's the wrong ring as well. Ring too open. Needs to be a bit more closed. I'm just messaging HSE actually, because he's not wearing goggles. He's not got a hot working sign. He's not got asbestos gloves. And I've just submitted that to HSE because that's just silly, Graham. Where what was that thing called that melted the lead?
The Crucible.
Where the hell did you buy them?
He's Graham Dempsey. He's got all manner of... He acquired, while we were there, a wonderful pewter tin pot. It's about yay big, quite deep, circular like that. And it had originally found some form of hoard in it many years ago, and it's obviously gone through the process and what have you and come out to private, and he bought it privately with a load of fake hammered coins in. So he's got a wide range of marvellous things.
Yes, that pot, someone I know bought it, and it's ended up with Graham. And I need to speak to the person who originally bought it, Graham. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't see them this week. How's the patch? Christian Holloway, the patch.
Hold on. What patch?
I haven't had a patch, have I?
Find the patch. I haven't.
I don't know, maybe he's talking to someone else about patch. Cabbage Patch kids. Might be talking about them. Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Will
he didn't need receipt for the lad. I'd actually found it.
Yeah, but have you got evidence of that?
Yes, I've got it on camera.
Bold Patch. Bold Patch.
Let's move on to the second video.
Polo.
Right, so the lad is starting to get into liquid form. So we're not very far from actually being able to pour, Graham.
I've got your lemon.
Scotty B's joined us.
I've got your lemon in it. Like your lemon sauce.
Inevitably, Scotty B's got alcohol in his hand, and that one might be for me. We just don't know.
Oh, is it for you? I thought it was for you.
I wouldn't have got one then, would I? Thanks, mate.
Thank you, young man.
Oh, was that for David? Thank you very much. Somebody I'll bring over it.
Are you allowed to drink?
Do you know what the melting point of lead is?
No. You?
Why didn't you Google it before we started, Dave?
I'm thinking it's lead about... Don't even attempt it. E160. What's the melting degree of lead? Hey Siri, what's the melting degree of lead?
Thank you, Philip.
320 degrees.
Well, there you go, 320.
600.
Well, we're not far off. I'll be back. As at that point, I got bored again and just waited a little bit longer.
I was thinking of Graham's wife sitting there. She probably,
Were you?
saw her.
Thanks, Graham.
Saw her friends on Monday. Yeah, good weekend. Yeah, we went to Centre Parks and her friends, and we went to the pub, had a meal. What'd you do? I sat in a tent with my husband melting lead, making balls with some bloke with a purple beard. It's blue. It's blue. And then you got Scotty B. There's a lot going on in that video. And then you got Scotty B offering a Coke, which she looked very concerned because anyone who got a non-alcoholic drink off Scotty B would worry me. And James Roberts, I can hear his daughter in the background selling tickets. Yeah, there was a lot going on. Philip Leonard, what's happening with that 10 grand last week for the boys and the Mind Lab sponsorship?
Yeah, check's gone out. We've got another one tonight, haven't we, Adrian? Another 10 grand.
Well, I'll tell you what's really nice. They were such nice guests. They've given the money back for someone else to win.
They have.
But it's only on a certain.
But did you notice he started up that conversation where he gave it back and then deleted the message?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was nice.
Well, I saw it, so I'm taking it as actual. Right, I'll play the last bit of that video.
Couple of nothing.
Right, so Graham is currently removing the slag. And that's bits of remnants of mud, isn't it, from the
Mods, yeah.
So mud and slag. You slag.
So when you pour that into the mould, Graham, do you not have to have that mould warm?
No.
That's a very good question, Scotty. Well done. I appreciate you asking that.
Should we ask Siri?
Can you not swear, please? We're on kids' bike outside. So, are we about to pour, Graham?
We are, and I'm just going to warm this up under the instructions of musket ball specialist there, Scotty B.
Now, so you're holding that on you. You're not going to get very hot soon.
No, so I'm going to pour it now.
So, ready to pour?
Yeah, let's try it, eh? That is Scotty's name.
So, we wait, a couple of seconds, that should be ready.
Yeah.
Pull it apart.
Look at that, it's mint.
Musket ball.
Can we start? It'll be hot.
There you go. A ready-made musket ball, look at that.
That's cool.
Marvellous, thanks, Graham. So there you go.
That was actually interesting, Dave.
I know, yeah.
Thanks for that. And
occasionally we do pull it out of the bag and do something interesting on the show. Don't tell anyone. Don't want to get a name for ourselves.
They do look lovely and shiny, don't they?
Don't they? Unexpected after, what we see. And I know it's age and all that, but just doesn't come into your head that they're shooting nice silvery things.
He needed to bite it like they used to do, didn't they? They used to bite the musket balls.
Yeah, well, that's why they all died of lead poisoning.
No, I think because they used to put bacteria in it, so didn't it? So when it went in your body, you're more likely to get an infection and die of that.
Oh, right.
So, awful. Yeah. You get I've found quite a lot of them with teeth marks in, but I think that's right. They used to bite them, so the bacteria gets in you and kills you. So really interesting. But I always wonder what a musket ball must feel like when it hits you, because a bullet's are clean, but a musket ball must be a proper thud. I know they had armour and stuff on, but oh dear.
Do you know, I've got a book over there somewhere, Greek Fire and something else. It's all about different...
Fire?
No, different weaponry they used in medieval times or what have you, like Greek Fire, and it tells you all about, when they launched dead bodies into the thingy with the plague and that into the cities. Chemical warfare.
What's that?
Before.
Trebuchet,
yeah.
Trebuchet, yeah.
But, like chemical warfare from that time period.
Yeah,
So they probably have stuff like that in that. I've never actually read it.
It's interesting. I'd like to read that. But
so yeah, we done some videoing, and yeah, very interesting people we spoke to. Met a lot of nice people. Michelle Vol from the Sassy Searchers. Been speaking to her for years. Never met her. Met her at the dig. It was nice. Numerous other people came and said hello. Still makes me very uncomfortable. People saying, "Can I have a photograph with you?" It's like, "No, don't do that. That's not me." Oh. But thank you anyway for asking. Oh. David Desi Anderson says that's where the term "bite the bullet" comes from.
Thank you, David Desi Anderson. I love learning something new every day, and I never knew that.
Education.
Yeah. That's where "bite the bullet" comes from. That's fantastic. Yeah, bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. Oh, that's something to tell them at work tomorrow. I love.
Tell them you've known it for years, but you just didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, I could do.
Well, as I say, I've got numerous other videos, some with finds, images, and such like. A few interviews, and as Steve Cord says, he was a Spires dig on in South Wales a weekend as well. The likes of Diggerthorne and Chris Langston were down there. Steve Cord was down there. Numerous other Welsh people. The Scissor Sisters were down there.
Oh gosh,
very, very drunk, no doubt. So yeah, another great weekend they had down there because I was watching all Steve's Cord videos while I was sat by the. Do you know, Adrian? Remember last year when you and sat by the van on the Saturday night at Detectable?
Yes.
And how relaxing it was. Mate, me and Shane done exactly the same. Everybody else is over at the bloody big tent and doing the play your cards right. And me and him are sat there. And, you know, several people came over and sat with us, and it was just dead relaxing, sat there. I ended up drinking bloody latte. Shane was blathered on Jack Daniels. I ended up drinking latte because I was that relaxed.
There is something, you know, that feeling when you've been gardening, I don't know if you garden, but you've been out in the garden all day, cutting the lawn, made it all look nice, and you sit down and you think, yeah, it's lovely. It's the same buzz when you're metal detecting with people. You go out all day, have a laugh, find stuff, maybe find not, and then you sit there in your chair outside your tent with a beer, and that is it. That is like lovely, very, very nice, and good company. And me and you that night, I'd say that was up there in the top 10 of best nights I've had in my life. Up until about midnight, and then from midnight till 6 in the morning, probably one of the worst nights of my life. As in sleep, warmth, toilet issues, not me messing myself, but going, security men trying to attack me. It's nice. And just a quick one, Knights Templar did a dig last weekend and raised £1,600 to Rodney Cook Memorial, which is a good thing. And talking of Rodney Cook Memorial, Father Phil's also doing a competition or a raffle or something. And he's given away a ticket for the Rodney Cook Memorial as well. This is the September one, the big one, not the No Frills, which is still available. No Frills Weekender on the Rodney Cook Memorial .co.uk. You can buy tickets on there, and the Detect-Off, that's still available as well. But the No Frills sounds. Are you going to that, Dave?
I've no idea. I don't even know what day it is today.
I can tell you because that will be a good one.
It took me 3 days to get over this one.
So the Detect-Off is the 24th of September, 30 quid.
Right.
And that's, how can I put it? How would you put it? A fun, if you want to go detecting, you can go detecting.
There's detecting, and then there's a competition between teams as well.
Who dress funny, and there's always a thing. And then you got the No Frills Basic Weekend event, which is basically a normal metal detecting weekend event because Rodney Cook, like Detectable, Just Detect, and all the others, has a lot more things going on, as well as the Joan Allen one. And that's the 29th of September to the 1st of October. And that's 40 quid for the whole weekend. And I think it's got a burger van and all that, but you can get tickets from rodneycookmemorial.co.uk, and of course all the money goes to charity. So if you're looking for some land to detect that time of year and having a bit of a laugh, very good land as well. It's worth doing.
talking to Rodney Cook, a nice gentleman came and thanked us both. Forgot to tell you this, Adrian. He won the tickets. I think he was to the Rodney Cook. One of our previous competitions, he won the tickets to the Rodney Cook weekend. So he came and thanked us profusely for that. Philip Wills says the phrase "bite the bullet" was first recorded by Rudyard Kipling in his 1891 novel "The Light That Failed." It has been suggested that it's derived historically from the practice of having patients clench a bullet in their teeth as a way to cope with the pain of a surgical procedure without anaesthetic. There's argument for both, really, isn't there? And Steve Cord said Nicky had his chopper in her hand and broke it.
Oh, Nicky, what Soil Sisters?
Scissor Sisters.
Dear. Philip, that's an interesting point, because if I was going to fire a bullet from a gun, I want it to be as
opposed to a bullet from a slingshot.
Sorry. Well, yeah, or do you think they knew about aerodynamics back then? But I'd want it to be as no, I don't know. I'd want it to be as like that lovely ball that Graham made.
Yeah.
You want to keep it like that, wouldn't you? You would. You want it as smooth. But then some people probably thought I want it all rough and rugged, so when it hits them, it hurts. But it would from a slingshot, wouldn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I'll lay in bed tonight. Actually, I'll talk to my wife tonight about that. The aerodynamics.
I'm sure she will be most. Yeah, I've got nothing. Rudyard Kipling made exceedingly good cakes. Yes, he did. And I only got 2 all weekend. James gave me one, and I didn't realise there was a coin on the top. I thought it was sprayed to look like a coin, and it was one of those, the ones you open at Christmas. So I put the foil one. I put it all in my mouth and ate it, and it was like because I had
fillings, earthing.
Exactly. But then Ava Avanti, I can't remember what she's called on there now. Anyway, Mia, she said, "Dave, can I bribe you with a cake?" Can't tell you what I was being bribed for, but it was sufficient bribery nonetheless. It was an absolutely wonderful red velvet cupcake. Homemade. Beautiful.
Very nice. Found in the ground. Adrian loves a small ball. Yes, I do. I do love it. Nice merchandise she got going on at the moment, by the way. Fodder Phil, he got shot in the bottom with a catapult. It does hurt. Well, do you know what I used to have happen to me when I was about 10? My brother worked in a air gun shop, and he used to bring different guns home every weekend, and we'd shoot them up the garden. We had a long garden when I was growing up. And I used to go to my brother, "Please can I have a go? Please can I have a go?" No, you're too young. And I went, "Oh, please can I have a go?" And he'd say, "Yeah, only if you put this on and go up the top of the garden." And we had a rockery, and I had a World War II ARP tin helmet, and my brother used to make me put it on my head and sit behind the rockery, and he used to knock out about 20 or 30 .22 pellets against my head, which didn't hurt, but it ringed. And then he'd let me have one shot on the gun.
Is that why you've got tinnitus now?
Sorry? Is
that why you've got tinnitus?
Tin cheese?
Yes.
Tin cheese. I have been shot. I have been shot with an air rifle quite a few times.
I haven't.
Oh, it does hurt. If you get a powerful one, it will pierce the skin and go under. But most of them just like...
I've been stabbed thrice.
Yeah, I've been stabbed with a cheesecake. Cheesecake. Is it cheesecake? Yeah. Black Forest Gatto slicer by a punk when I was 17. There. And I bled all the way home when I walked home, and I got in a taxi. Yeah, I remember that. That's a story I haven't told my kids, actually.
I've got a machete and a normal knife. What was the other one?
Big detective show. How many ways have you been? I've not been CS
I
Gas.
went with a penknife in my forehead there. I've got a Harry Potter scar there if you look closely.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't on purpose. My mate was cutting off. We were industrial cleaners at the time, and he was cutting the gun off the machine, which had been zip tied to it with his penknife. And it was very, very windy. And he was cutting it off, and his hat blew off, and he went to catch his hat, and I was stood behind him and straight in my forehead.
What if that gone in your eye? What if that gone in your eye?
Well, I was lucky. I've just got a little scar, and he apologised and gave me the knife.
Oh. Adrian, do you get flashbacks when you watch Dad? Yes. Yes. Don't tell me.
What's our next video anyway? Should we move on? We've got a couple of interviews. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 interviews, 5 interviews, and some images from the weekend. And so this is Robin, lovely lad, Robin. You'll learn all about where he's been over the past few years. Been mudlark. He went down London to work, and he's been mudlarking for years, and now he's come back and metal detecting.
Right, everyone, this is Robin. We've just met in the middle of a field. Robin, tell us about what you've just told me about where you've been the last 10 years. What have you?
So I've just started metal detecting after about 10 years. When I was about 15, I started, joined the Kendal and District Metal Detecting Club. But after a while, it just tailed off, and I hadn't really got a chance to get back into it. And then for the last 2 years, I've been living in London, so I've been mudlarking in London and found a mix of things: a few silver coins, a few trade tokens. And now I've moved back up here. I'm trying to get back into metal detecting.
And what a fantastic hobby it is. And you're local?
Yeah, just live in Kendal.
So you get these views all the time then? Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Well, Robin, it's been fantastic to meet you, and I'll see you obviously over the weekend, and we'll catch up at some point.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Take care.
Cheers.
What a lovely guy.
Absolutely lovely. And he was using an Ace 250 as well. And he was finding things with it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But you could tell just from that video alone, the views were just astronomical. And when we done the Sunday fields, we sort of walked over a rise a little bit and then back down the other side. Not a major rise, just enough that you couldn't really see the scenery on the other side. And outstanding.
Yeah, I do. I know you got bad beer up there, but I do envy you with your scenery. Oh dear, Tony Kaywood's on the wine. Oh, not wine, sherry. Sorry, he's probably been on it since 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 1 o'clock. Starting commenting. No, it's just. Oh.
Gareth Howard said he got a nasty Chinese burn once.
Sorry, Dave.
What?
A friction burn.
Sorry, a nasty Asian burn.
Philip Wills, because you're the encyclopedia of the show, where does the term ethnic friction burn come from? I've always wondered that.
There you go. Anthony Police, no, not heard anything yet. I do have to contact them this weekend. I have a lot of people to contact this weekend because we have put together all the pricing and what have you for advertising the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine for Rodney Cook and Detectable. So I've got a list as long as my arm of people to communicate with this weekend.
So how does that work then if they want to advertise?
If they want to advertise, how do you mean?
Well, if like Graham Dempsey wants to advertise musket ball making or training videos or sell the musket balls, how do they get in contact?
So they contact us at editor@archmdmag.com. That's if obviously I don't contact them, or if I've not contacted them and they want to preempt me, and I'll send them the sort of welcome email with all the information on and the pricing for. And we're doing a new piece, aren't we? This year we're doing a quarter advert this year, which we've not done before. So we can make it a little bit more cost effective. I mean, it's cheap as chips anyway, the advertising, isn't it, Adrian? In comparison to anything, even local newspapers.
It's church magazine. It's cheaper than church magazine.
But we've made it even more cost effective with a smaller quarter page advert this time as well.
I'm just thinking Philip Wills might want to do an advert. Do you remember like in the 80s you had Mystic Meg and you used to phone an 0800 number? Well, I didn't, but I used to see it. Philip Wills could have like an encyclopedia. It could be I'm better than Google.com, and people can phone Philip up 24 hours a day.
Is this Philip Wills who's just said, Chinese burns come from martial arts. When you throw an opponent over and hold onto their arm, they often get burns. So it's called a Chinese burn.
I thought it was a form of torture, to be honest.
Gareth Howard says, not when you eat a spring roll straight out of the bag.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Why is spring roll so nice out the bag? Do you know,
Now,
you know
you get the spring rolls that are about that big, or you get your big mighty meaty ones.
Iceland spring roll. When I was, before my rib incident at home, I was walking home from the brewery with my son, and we stopped at the Chinese, and we were hungry on the way home. We ate the Chinese out the bag on the way home, and it looked absolute like walking like that. I have it all out my mouth. It tastes so much nicer than when you get home. I don't know. I must try and do it again. When I was younger, I used to get chicken chow mein with like a plastic fork, which you probably can't get anymore, or a plastic container. And I used to sit outside Chinese eating. I used to love that when I was younger. Ooh, love it. Sorry, randomly.
Apparently, Scotty B can bench press a musket ball. True or false? Discuss. What's next on our video this evening? Now, here's one. Been trying to get her on the show for years, Adrian. What?
Sorry, I've forgotten. Our guest last week asked how their Mind Lab sponsorship's going. You sent an email. I've sent an email to someone, and they haven't got back. So whether it's gone in their spam, which is highly unlikely because our DKIAM, SPIF, whatever records on our email are all up to date. So we can try a few more things, but I just don't know why. Maybe they're busy bringing out the Vanquish 590 or something. I don't know. But we have tried, haven't we, David?
We have. The 640 will be next, won't it?
Maybe you should chuck them in a ditch and go and get a C-scope or a Quest or a Nocta or a Garrett or a whatever. No, I was joking. Yeah, they'll get in touch. I'm sure they will.
So I've been trying to get this person on the show for ages, and she's just too scared. And I think she comes across absolutely brilliantly. Here we go.
Right, I'm videoing now because someone else who won't come on the show because she's shy. Michelle Val from the Sassy Searchers. Have I correctly? Is it Val or Val?
It's Val. Like
Val.
the ball, but with a V.
She's from Bath.
No. It's just how the English language is, I'm afraid.
See, you're very easy on camera, so you can come on the Big Detecting Show now, can't you? Yes, you can.
Honestly, I'm quite shy.
So am I.
Oh yeah, looks like it.
I am. It's just the front.
Hi everybody. Hi Sassies. If you're there, anybody? Nobody watches your show anyway.
I know, it's only me and Adrian. Graham watches because he gives stuff away.
Wendy does as well now, doesn't she?
Yes.
She's with you now, isn't she?
Yes, Wendy's part of the team now.
She is. She told me all
which is
about
fantastic.
It. Yeah.
Anyway, what a fantastic location.
It is. Have you found anything yet? Have you found anything yet, Graham?
Nothing yet.
No.
Nothing yet.
Thimble and a button. You?
Nothing. Well, rubbish.
Strangely, there's a lot of signals in here, but everybody's ignoring them.
Well, they've gone over there, haven't they? Pan round that way.
Yeah, boring.
Gone over there.
Boring.
Do you not do?
Slow and just meander, don't you? It's this is a social event.
I know. For me, I'll do that later when everybody comes back. When everyone comes back, I'll go over there on my own.
So,
just take my time.
Briefly tell us about Sassy Searchers and where ladies can find the Sassy Searchers.
Right, Sassy Searchers is on obviously Facebook. There's 1,500 of us now.
Wow.
We are extremely supportive. You can go on possibly every dig and you would meet a Sassy. Any lady that's on there, usually you can just sort of go and say, are you in Sassy's? And you hug them and everybody's friends already because...
You see, if I'd done that, I'd probably get arrested.
Yeah, possibly. Different though for us.
Yeah.
We've been going since 2018 and we've been on TV. Our first women's only dig was on Channel 4. So that was really quite hard going, to be honest. I had all my lines behind a piece of paper.
So you've been on Channel 4 and you won't come on the Big Detective Show?
No, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because they can cut you out, can't they? When you do anything wrong or say anything wrong, they cut you out and you can do it again, can't you? So.
Yeah, but you can go for a poo on the Big Detecting Show and I'll be back in a minute. We're very easy like that.
No.
Well, thank you, Michelle. This is the first time we've met in the flesh, so it's very nice to meet you properly, and we will see you on the Big Detective Show in the future.
Maybe, we'll see.
That's a yes then. Ta-ta.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just went for a poo. That was a very nice lady, wasn't it?
She was lovely, Michelle. I've spoke to her for years, since the founding of the Sassy Searchers. Totally wrong word, I was in that. And she found it was all over the news a couple of years ago, a gold coin of some variety as well. Yeah, she was lovely. Foderina is gutted that she can't get into the Sassy Searchers.
I think
Adrian will have a word for you there.
Yeah, it's interesting that, because it could have been what he was wearing when he went to the meeting. Do you know, it's cross between like Mrs. Doubtfire and Rocky Horror Show. I think that was probably didn't help. I think Fodder got a bit confused in what he should wear, a bit like how he is confused. But yeah, but just interesting going through the chat. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Tony Kaywood. Is he sobered up?
Tony Kaywood said something, and I can't remember what it was, or I can't. Oh, that was it, about XP. Is that what you were on about?
So XP have pushed out a video. I think it was yesterday. Something big is coming.
Whoa! It wasn't BIG in capital letters, was it?
No. Well, our massive legal team would be onto them. I do know that they have got something else coming out after this thing, which will be at the Rodney Cook Memorial and potentially other things. But I think Rodney Cook first. They are bringing out another thing. But there's a lot of, is it a pinpointer? Is it a color control box? Is it a coil? Is it another software update? I very much doubt, because 1.1 is working.
It'll have to be a coil then if it's big.
Well, the advert shows the ground and it shows measurements. So I'm thinking it's either a bigger coil or a couple of HF coils for the not the Legend, for the DS2. So I'm interested in what people think. But I think I don't know. I personally, what's that?
I just love reading Gareth Howard stuff. Is there a Sassy magazine? I wouldn't mind a copy of that.
We should do one. We should do one. Well, we could do a big detecting show calendar, actually, but I don't know if anyone would buy it.
Foderina's got to be on it.
Yeah, Gary Cook. Well, we got one of Gary Cook and his speedos with on that beach. We could get some top people. Pete from LP. We could get the Joan Allen team. We could get Dragon Detecting. We could get all of them on there, and the money could go to charity. That'd be quite interesting, actually. I don't know who the hell would want that up there on their wall.
I don't know, but can I just remind people that there's days left if you want a Detecticon ticket. And I've spoke to Scotty B last weekend and Katrina and Adrian. Oh, it's got to be amazing.
Well, Digger Dawn keeps ranting and raving about it. It's her favourite. Well, I think one of her favourite.
Yeah, but Scotty's told me what alcoholic beverage variety of stalls there are going to be there.
Yeah, but you don't, when you're in company, you don't have to drink to enjoy yourself, Dave.
No, I know that, but you know, it's always there anyway. Only 20 tickets left for Detecticon, and that is the last Friday of the month, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the month of July in Northumberland.
I can't come because I've got things. 25th wedding anniversary.
Is that when you're not going to be available?
No, I will be on holiday in the Isle of Sheppey for 2 weeks after that. The Mediterranean, somewhere on a ship somewhere. So it's 28th of July to Monday, 31st of July, and they cost.
How much are they, Scotty? When do you go away then? Yeah, you, Adrian.
When do I go away?
Yeah.
Well, it's my wedding anniversary on that day.
On the 28th.
No, day before. But we're going out on the 28th.
Right.
So, 25 years. Someone put it with me for 25. I mean, my parents, I don't know, my parents didn't do it that long. I left home at 21. Realised that. My wife has dealt with me longer than my parents. Yeah. So,
Poor woman.
yeah, I know.
Do we have another video?
Yeah, go on.
Tickets are £70 plus booking fee for a full weekend camping and detecting.
Worth the drive, Mr. Cord. Worth the drive.
Well worth the drive, Mr. Cord.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you got your leg end with you.
Let's have another video. Who's next? Now, this nice chap who's next up is basically a newcomer to the hobby. Really nice chap. And unfortunately for him, he got put with me and Shane and another chap who we didn't know either to make a team of 4 for the quiz team. Luckily for them, we won. We won the quiz. Which was well, I answered 95% of the questions.
Did you?
Yeah, Shane will tell you. It was quite amusing, actually. So this chap, he was put on as part of our team, and we spoke a lot with him all weekend. Lovely chap. Pleasure to be with his company. So this was me sitting there thinking, I'll do another interview while you're here. Right, you're sat in front of me, so you could do the interview.
Right, another quick video. We've sat down, it's 9:30 at night. I'm going to get attacked by Si behind me in a minute, Si Dempsey. Yes, I did. Shane's a little bit drunk. And this is Mike.
Hiya.
What was your last name, Mike?
Crone.
Mike Crone. And you're from Huddersfield?
Harrogate.
Same thing. Begins with an H. Have you been detecting long?
About a year and a half.
Right, and this is your first weekend that you've been on?
That's correct, yeah.
What do you think of it?
Ace. Do it again.
Good crack, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've been out and about today, you're using a Knox?
Yep.
Have you found out?
A lot more today with a lot of Shane's help, yes.
Yeah, Shane's been prepping you with some of the settings or whatnot.
Certainly has, and he's done a good job of it.
Marvellous. Well, it's been great meeting you, Mike, and obviously we'll keep in contact in the future because we'll meet up at more of these, can't we?
Yes, certainly.
And sat round the, I'd say a fire, but it's more of a gas stove. So, thanks, Mike, and I'll speak to you soon.
Poor
Lovely
old-
bloke.
Yeah, he looked like he was really enjoying himself, chilling out, like I said earlier. And then
We
this
actually
bloke-
robbed Scotty B's chair from outside because I was next to Scotty B. Robbed his chair from outside his camper, and his daughter went off her head at me. What are you going in my chair, like?
Scotty B understood her, I presume.
We just said, it's all right. Your dad said we can have them. That video, Si and Shane were coughing profusely beside me.
Were they smoking?
They were smoking, yes. Dirty smoking.
Shane's wife's thinking, oh, no, it's not wife, is it yet? Will be soon.
Will
Bob
be next,
Fleming. Bob Fleming. Yeah. Yeah, the fast show. Yeah, I used to like that. Ted. Now, Ted, do you remember Ted on the fast show with
Yes.
the landowner?
Yes.
Me and James always joke about that. Getting I've got to be careful what I say here. There might be a farm owner who we know who we think's like that. Landowner.
Right.
Not like Ted. We're Ted, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, do you want
I'll tell you off air, Dave.
Do you want to shower after you've been detecting? You look really hot. James would know what I mean. Would you like a cup?
Is that
of
why
tea?
James was always clean after the end of detecting?
It could be, and it's like
Ted and
You
Ralph.
look really hot. You look really hot. You can come in the house and use the toilet and all like this. And we're like, no, it's right. Fine, thanks.
Gareth Howard
but-
said Ted and Ralph.
Yes, that's it. Ted and Ralph. Yes. So I quite often send James WhatsApps of Ted and Ralph when I get scared, when I get asked certain questions, or I think, like if ever you went up to a friend's kids and said, "I've got puppies. Do you want to see them?" It's just it's not wrong, but it is, because if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, we all saw that advert of a man in a Cortina pulling up outside of school. Anyway, I digress. It's nearly 9 o'clock, David, and I've
It is
got to
nearly
get
9
something
o'clock.
ready, haven't I?
You have.
We've got that big competition prize thing.
Well,
tonight,
I'll put another video on while you organise that. This is another gent. This is Sunday afternoon, and he just have a rather nice little find.
Right, another little video. Meet Paul. Paul's here for the weekend. He's just had a little find. First Hamid I've seen this weekend. I know the others have been up. But we've got a Lizzie Hamid. Where's he gone? There it is, 1671 on it. And what do you think it was?
I think it's obviously either a Elizabeth or a Charles, but it's absolutely blank on the back. But a little bit more cleaning up.
Well,
enjoy the find.
We know the person absolutely stood behind us who can help you with that. I'll tell you.
Charles II.
You've had a good weekend then, Paul?
Yeah, brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Absolutely amazing finds. I've had a silver pencil holder, a silver dog whistle, loads of coins, musket balls, buttons, but it's all part of the journey.
Absolutely, and weather's been great.
Amazing. It's nice now, overcast, bit of cloud, but just the scenery's beautiful.
Yeah, and the people here have been great as well.
Really,
haven't they?
such a great do. Absolutely enjoyed every minute of it.
Marvellous.
Absolutely, from the beer tent to the food stalls to the fire pit. It's just camaraderie, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Get on with it.
Yeah. Right, thank you very much, Paul. I'll let you crack on and find more Hamids.
Well, you never know.
Have a good rest of the day.
Cheers, Al.
And you should have seen everybody sort of get wind of that being hammered there and converging. Converging.
He didn't mention all the lovely, I don't know what's going on my screen, all the lovely stalls and all that. He didn't mention the musket ball making.
Might have been out and about. That was about 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon when we were all tired. Just needed fluids. It was warm. Malk Sut, hello Malk. Malk Sut was there at Ace of Spades selling the Blackaders and other bits and bobs this weekend, as were Roman Remains, Gail and Mike. It was lovely to see them. Obviously Mr. Dempsey and Tash and our good selves. And also, I've got to give credit as well. Well, James will say it at the end, but they've raised £3,070 for charity as well over the weekend.
Wow. Another people in our hobby who are doing good. We need to find a way of. We spoke about this, Dave, and I had an idea of having a Blue Peter type
totalizer.
Yeah, on the Big Detecting Show website, and all these people who do great things raising money for charity, we can see where we go with it. Because whether it's £20 or Rodney Cook 80,000 or whatever detectable, you name it, we need to have somewhere where all these moaners in the hobby who moan about night hawkers that happen about once every 6 months or more, maybe, that tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands goes to good causes from our hobby. I don't often see that from canoeing or fishing. Do you? Occasionally fishing.
Not at all.
Anyway, talking of exciting things, is there an advert?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Christine messaging you.
Oh. You need a poo. No, I don't think...
I've spelled that wrong, but you'll know what I'm on about.
What have you sent?
I'm in the private message here.
Oh.
Hold on, I've got to find it.
I can't... Oh, sorry.
Where is it?
Producer's going mad.
That advert from last week?
Yes, you're right, Dave. Yeah, it's...
Did you have the advert, or did I have the advert?
I sent it to you, Adrian's Wall.
Hold on,
We
let me
haven't
see
got
if it-
book wars tonight. Sorry, Gareth.
Book Wars will be back.
No one sent us book wars books. So Gareth sent me some magazines, but the envelope is it's just not readable.
I found it.
I was wondering if I steamed the magazines they might open. Anyway,
Found it. I inadvertently deleted it at the start of the show. My bad. So you just
Steve
give me
called
several
alcohol
seconds.
intake. Alcohol intake gets trebled, but you're burning out off the alcohol, Steve, when you're detecting.
You are indeed. And next week we've got our show. Me and Shane have got a dig this weekend. And
Yes,
we'll come
that'll
back
be
to that
very
shortly.
good. Yes. Very 70s. Right, let's get on it. So, those who haven't watched this, we have Hadrian's Wall, and excuse the unprofessionalness of doing it, but there is a artifact, coin, or it could be a person behind the wall, and we've got no guests on to ask numbers, Dave, and I can't see anyone. So we've got
Right,
numbers
you are.
1 to 32.
First
So
number,
if-
please, between 1 and 32. Somebody. In fact, I'll start, Adrian. Number 20, Philip Wills. Anybody any idea what that is yet? Number 11.
Ooh. This is harder than last week.
Fee Cooley. Number 15.
Oh, this will throw it.
Is it an axe head?
No,
Is it a hammered coin?
no,
Is it a spoon?
no.
Tony Kay would be an expert in such matters. Asks, is it a button?
He's obviously not an expert. No.
Is it a glider engine?
Yeah, no.
Number 24.
I'll be impressed.
Is it a fibula?
No, that was last week.
Is it a helmet?
Sorry? Oh, no, no,
Is it a flint arrowhead?
no,
Horns off a sheep?
no.
Number 14.
Who asked that?
Derek Sherwin. Number 22. Steve Dunn.
It's not an easy one.
Potmend.
Nope,
Coke can.
nope,
Crotal bell.
nope. That's what I would go with.
Number 18. Ringer pull.
No,
Musket ball mould.
no.
Shoe.
Shoe?
Yes.
No,
Shrapnel.
no,
Timer.
no,
Green waste.
no.
Top off a cane.
No, but very good. Very, very good.
Candle snuffer.
No, another good one.
19.
Oh, what was his name?
Cufflink.
Nope,
Medieval armor.
nope,
Thimble.
no. Again, a good call.
31.
There is a number which will help reveal it.
Ampula.
No,
Cuddly toy.
no,
Love token.
no. That's what I
Pin.
thought was
Pinhead.
no,
Can send.
no.
26. Hawking Bell.
Oh, who got that?
James Roberts.
Well done, James. Now, I personally think that was very well done by him. This was found back in. I haven't got it here. I didn't do it properly, but this was found a couple of years ago in Norfolk, and it's on the Flow website, and you can see from here what the number is. But yeah, I found one, and I found a couple a few years ago, and I love them, Hawking Bells, because they're an amazing little bit of kit. But well done, well
done, James.
Absolutely
You win the
fantastic, James.
imaginary £10,000 this week.
We should do something. I will talk to Treasure Hunting Magazine and see if they wish to sponsor, unless anyone else jumps in, sponsor our Adrian's Wall.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I've got 2 videos left. One is a bit of a... Let me move that up there so don't delete it next week.
Well done, James. Very good of you.
Let's put it up there with Garrett's Parents' Loft and Book Wars. 2 videos left. One is a bit of a video with all different things, and one is a interview with James, who's just got a Hawking Bell. So this is the find.
Oh, wow.
Note the boy Holdcraft won an Xterra Pro on the raffle.
Oh, blimey.
So he will be taking that out on our dig on Sunday and having a play with that. And he's going to be reviewing it for ArkMD Mag as well for the summer copies of the magazine.
That's interesting because he's got his Knox headphones that'll work with that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I presume, I think. Do you know what got me out of all those finds? Lovely finds there.
Say it was the original Mickey Mouse ring.
Yeah. Serious money there.
Won it?
Yeah, because it's got, I think ears, small ears. So that could be from like the 1940s or 50s. So was it bent or was it okay, intact?
James, was it bent or was it okay? It was. He showed me it, and it was bob on. To be fair,
Yeah, there's
and he
massive-
was very excited about it just for the fact that
Yeah.
it was an original Mickey Mouse ring.
Yeah, and there's some serious collectors out there for Disney stuff and Mickey Mouse.
Pristine in really
yeah.
good quality.
Yeah, Americans would go mental over that. I wouldn't even think about putting it on eBay or anything. I'd go to a proper auction house. Definitely. Yeah.
Or Essex coin auctions or something.
Or Noonan's in London.
Oh, what did I say? Hanson's.
If you go to Noonan's,
Oh, yeah.
That's beep bop 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 boo. Oh no, it's Hanson the group. Yeah, if you go to Noonan's, you need to talk to Nigel Mills at Noonan's because they specialise. They do a lot of overseas, well, global auctions. From experience, they're very good. Anyway, Dave, that looked a very nice weekend. But this weekend, you're organising an event, aren't you?
Yes, myself and the boy Shane and our companions, our friends, Steve, Ron, Ben, Fodder, and Rick, and Ron. I said Ron? Ron, Rick. Yeah, we're all, they'll be marshalling. Me and Shane have organised. James says, can we, what, the name of the auction person? Yeah, no problem. We've organised a dig. I think there's 80 people coming. I'm very much looking forward to that. So anybody who is coming, yeah, no problem, James. Anybody who is coming, we've got a load of RKMD mag stuff, a little stall with bits and bobs for sale. We will also have Graham Dempsey there. He'll have a small selection of his bits and bobs because basically, well, I've said to Graham, come up and detect and let me deal with you selling your stuff. You concentrate on detecting. It's not worth coming up just to bloody sit there.
He won't sell much though, will he?
Oh, David Evans is coming up, so I'll get to meet him properly. I think I met him at Rodney Cook last year, but I was very, very drunk.
Hi, David.
Hi. James is coming down with Chrissy. Chrissy Detect.
So, is it sold out?
Sorry, 60 people come in plus 6 marshals and 5 guests.
And it's sold out.
Yes, it's sold out within a matter of minutes, if I'm completely honest with you. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, and we have others lined up. More than a few, potentially, if things go as we think they'll go. So yes, looking forward to that.
I'd like to do one down south in Essex, Suffolk, Norfolk.
Oh, Shane's just said there's 2 free spaces if anyone wants to jump on it.
For free?
No, free places as in places available.
How do they get those, Dave?
Possible dropouts. They can contact Shane direct because it's on Sunday, Tony Kaywood. Contact Shane direct, discuss it with him. He's dealing with the people and I'm dealing with the prizes. I'll be doing the raffle. And the raffle, we've decided that we're going to have 2 different things for future events. So we're going to be looking at CRY, which is cardiac risk in the young. So Shane's holds that quite close to himself, his heart, literally. So this one's going to be in aid of CRY, and then when we do the next one, that'll be for Ruby's Fund in Congleton, and that's basically a place for not just children who have got health issues, mental health issues and such like. Kids with Down syndrome, people with, kids with medical issues when they're very young, to go and play and such like, but they do a lot of other things as well. So, there you go.
And again,
Tony, very close to the last one that he came down. Did Tony come the last one?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Yes,
Tony become the last one.
Then you had to call the police. Do you remember?
Yeah.
A child cut themselves on that sherry bottle.
Oh, here's one for you, Adrian. So Shane went last week. We'll look around the site, and he thought to himself, "I'm going to bury some money for somebody to find." So he dug a little hole, and he threw what was in his pocket, £15 worth of change in the hole.
You're going to say
£15 worth of change in the hole. He put it on his group. Here's
Faces.
£15 I've just put in
Well
there.
done, lovely find. I bet he got.
No, mate, he got so much stick because it was real. It was too modern and it was too clean. 2.9 million views, over 3,000 people have commented. And most of them are ignoramuses who can't read and write and shouldn't be able to use Facebook because they are fully inept at living and breathing. He got so much shit for just yes, and I've even put on it loads of times. None of you read what it says at the top, and it states we have an event coming up and we've buried some money so you can win your feedback by digging it up.
Exactly why I don't post my finds on Facebook. One day when I retire, I may have the time to deal with all that but sadly, yeah.
Hopefully, the whole Facebook thing would have passed us by then.
It reminds me when I posted a chocolate gold coin Christmas wrapper on the Route Assault 71 about 4 years ago on Instagram, and it went viral, and it went on all the websites everywhere, and everyone was going, "Well done, amazing find." No one read it, and it was. Do you remember, Dave? I think I said it. Well, yeah. And I think it's the biggest. I think it got something like 1.9 thousand likes on Instagram purely because straight away people thought it was a gold coin. It wasn't, and it's just anyway. Going back to what you messaged me about last time about on the show having a type of measurement. Can I talk about that? Charity.
What I've just messaged you a minute ago.
Yeah. Can I talk about that?
Of course you can.
What are people's thoughts each week on the Big Detecting Show? We request people to submit how much money they've raised for charity, whether it's £1 or £100 or whatever. And there must be a bit of evidence backing it up. But we create a chart that goes up each week and shows how much money has been raised each week. It's not a competition. No one will win a prize. But hopefully by the end of the year, we could turn around and say this much money has been raised from the hobby of metal detecting.
And hopefully we can go to the media and see if the media are actually going to publish something.
What are people's thoughts on that? I'm just interested. So you basically go to the Big Detecting Show website, and on there is a chart, and it says, and there will be contributors' names. There may be sponsors who donate. So I was just interested what people thought of it. No one said anything.
B. Cooley says, great idea.
Yeah. Because we need some good PR, and me and Dave can make that happen, can't we, dear?
We can try.
Yeah.
There's only 6 people watch the show, but them 6 people are now.
4. It's very confusing, our stats, because no one likes us ever on Facebook. Well, they do, but well, I don't look, to be fair. I'd occasionally look, but on YouTube, we get the odd like, but we don't do it for that. But how nice would it be if it worked well for us and it worked well for the hobby?
And Adrian, thank you as well. RKMD mag, Staffordshire Searcher, and Big Detecting Show flyers have come, which you kindly created for me.
That's right, dear. Anyway,
they are sexy.
Has anyone got any questions?
Malk Sutt will sponsor Adrian's War with a stainless steel Maximus spade to be collected from either Detecticon, Rodney Cook, or Just Detect or Detectomania. Isn't he lovely?
Well done, Malk.
James Roberts, I just want me to send over the address.
Whether you're new to the hobby or you're thinking of buying a digging tool and you want to pimp up your digging tool, I can definitely say a Maximus spade will absolutely last you forever. and you will be the king of diggers. Whether you're digging your hyacinth in the garden, or you're going to the allotment, or you're going metal detecting, they are a work of art, aren't they, Dave?
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Absolutely, I can honestly say, and going back to the videos we looked at earlier, Graham Dempsey's, I think he's got one, isn't he? I'm sure he has. But
I don't know.
I know Lisa Allen's got one, Jules's partner. They are cracking. Absolutely. Thank you, Malk. That is really, really
It is
good.
brilliant. Thank you.
And I think pick it up from Detecticon or Rodney Cook Memorial, or Detectomania Scotland, which we haven't spoken about. Detectomania.
To be honest, I don't know much about Detectomania.
No, maybe we should get them on. Actually,
yes. If somebody could put me in communication with the organisers of Detectomania, we'd love to have them on the show.
Yeah, definitely. But that is really good, Malk. And that'll have to be a tricky one, won't it?
I had lots of nice conversations with Malk Sutt this weekend up at the MOD rally. Lots of nice conversations.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Great program. Oh, my voice is going. Tony
That's because it's nearly 9:30.
Tony Kaywood wants to go.
Shane?
He's got a Blackadder or two. Well, maybe we could do Detecticon giveaway to promote next year's Detecticon, because this year's is nearly sold out, isn't it?
Well, this year's Detecticon, we're actually streaming live from Detecticon on the Thursday night that you go away, because I'm going up on the Thursday morning as to stream live from a pub in the vicinity of Detecticon on the Thursday night.
I'm just wondering if I could fit that in, because that would be quite good. Check with that.
It will be, because I'll actually be drinking, because I'll be in a pub. And the boy will be with me, so the boy can drive back. I don't mean Shane, I mean Mason.
Oh, blimey, Jerry. A spade is a very personal tool that I've had for two identical ones for about 30 years. It is a personal tool.
I have myself, Jerry. I've only had about 4 different heads and about 7 different shafts. That's the first time we've said shaft tonight.
I wrote an article in Treasure Hunting magazine probably a couple of years ago about a spade, a tool, digging tool, and we without that, you can have the best detector in the world, but if you've got a 1099, I'll say Woolworths, because they are going online, but a cheap spade, it's going to make your life hell. It's worth at least 10% of what you spend on your detector, digging tool, definitely. You've got a McGrafter, you've got a wide range, but when you look at the cost of it, it's definitely worth investing in. Definitely,
absolutely. I mean, I was lucky that I won the spade I won, because it's fantastic for what I need it for. But I've promised year after year I'll buy a Blackadder spade, and I've just not got round to it because other spades appear as if by magic.
We'll wait. We've all got a lucky spade, surely. I've got a lot of spades. I've probably got 6.
I've actually gonna be putting my first spade up for sale this weekend. I don't use it anymore. It'll suit somebody else rather than me, because it's my first proper metal detecting spade. And I also have a brand new Minelab Pinpointer Pro Pointer 20. Is it X20? Yeah, I've got one of them for sale, brand new in the box as well this weekend. We've got one video left, Adrian.
Just quickly, sorry, Dave. Carl from Noble MDT. Noble, Noble MDT, stainless steel spades. I've got one of those, and that is one of my favourites. So look him up on Facebook. I don't know what they're made of. Well, they're stainless steel, but they're not Chinese or anything. They're made in the UK. Noble MDT, absolute stonking spades. They're like weapons.
To be fair, when it comes to spades in the UK, we've got Blackadder, we've got Noble, we've got McGrafter, we've got Optimus, we've got a good range of British-made equipment.
We have, because Americans use shovels as opposed to spades.
Americans use these massive long things with the curl.
Yeah,
I mean, like 6 foot long. What's that about?
Well, it's because their soil's different. It's a lot sandier and different.
But saying that, Adrian, there's a range in America like Blackadder called Gravedigger. Am I right in saying?
I've always wanted a Gravedigger.
So have I, just for the fact that they got called Gravedigger.
Paul C from Crawford's was promoting them on his Instagram a few months back, but as far as I'm aware, you can't get them in the UK. So I was a bit confused there, but they're like drilled out. They're really intricate. They're beautiful, lightweight. They're like a long silencer from a rifle. But yeah, they're good spade, digging tools.
Right, last video from this weekend.
Well, it's the end of a delightful weekend here in Cumbria, and I've come and had a say goodbye and what have you to James. James Roberts, the organiser of Ministry of Detect, not anything else. I got it right that time. James, good weekend.
It's been really good, really good. I'm absolutely shattered now. I'm not going to lie, I'm tired. But it's been really good. We've not had loads and loads of finds. We've had a few nice bits pop up. Some couple of Bronze Age axes, which are quite nice to see. See you later, lads. Sorry. A few hammers, bits of Roman, so it's been good. Everyone's really enjoyed themselves. And to top it off, we raised £3,070 for Jolly Josh.
Excellent.
So,
and what's Jolly Josh?
It's a local charity to me. They help children with like complex needs, disabilities and things like that. It's like a community centre. There's also swimming baths in there. It's just a place for them to go and to be able to relax. Really good charity.
Well, £3,000 won't be sniffed at. Certainly they're running that place.
What an amount that is, yeah.
It certainly is.
Can't wait to hand that over. But that's thanks to everybody getting involved with that. It's not just us organising it. Everybody that's attended got involved with the raffles. So thank you to them.
Excellent. Well, we will see you very soon. In fact, we will see you next week, but hopefully we'll see you on one of your events very soon. James, thanks again. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers, Dave.
Absolute hats off. Just quickly, tonight on the show, that was amazing. 3,000 quid.
Yeah.
There must have been at least 10 grand we've mentioned tonight on the show in a week.
Yeah.
So if you just base it on those little events we're promoting and talking about, that's nearly £500,000 a year if they have one every week. I know they won't because of crops, but if you add in the big ones, that's like nearly £500,000. I reckon this hobby pumps in a lot more, let alone the mental health benefits.
And that's what we know about as well, because there'll be other rallies that go.
The history we uncover.
Yeah.
95% of fines. I just think we need to push this, Dave. Anyway, going back to... Oh, it's my bloody internet gone. I'm here. And
I'm here.
I don't know what happened there. Anyway.
My internet bombed out.
Well, mine did.
Which bemuses me because my internet is touching my computer screen.
Well, mine's there. Well, it's there. But anyway, yeah, I think we're at the end of the show. Thank you for watching.
We are indeed.
Green screen's going funny.
Adrian, pleasure as always. If you're there this weekend, come and say hello because there was people coming up to me last week and they didn't say they were. I was like, hi, who is it? So come and say hello. Let us know who you are. Next week's show, we've got John Wells from the Association of Metal Detecting Sport coming on, and he'll probably be joined by his daughter Laura because he's a technophobe.
Yeah.
So same time, same place next week on the Big Detecting Show. Thank you all for watching. I'm dragging it out because I've lost my page. There it is. And we will see you all next week. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.